lastly, we have 8 lines. We want to do 2 more. Make it that 10. So it gives it that nice, clean, it looks tinier, closer together look. So it looks like it's all coming together closer in that center for that illusion. So you can do it straight if you would like, or you can do it a little angled. It's all entirely up to you and where you have your spheres. So I'm going to do mine on a slight angle. And remember, you always go back to that center mark. Use the top of your ruler, go to that corner or that edge, draw the line there, and then I'm going to continue that all the way to the other side. So I will do that here. Okay, I don't want to go through my circle, and there you go. Now, what I want you to do is take the time to fill out your optical spheres. So you have those 3 or 4 that you're going to fill out, and then come back to this video and we will do those other lines. You have now drawn in your lines for your spheres. You should have 3 or 4 maximum of them, and you have probably added in the X's by now, which you should. If you have not done so already, please go and do that now. So you will notice here I did the X, and then I did the blank, and then the X blank pattern. Then on the other side I wanted it to stand out a little different, and you'll notice that I did the blank, black pattern. So please go in and do that now if you have not. Pause the video and you may do that. And if you have, what I would like you to do next is get ready with a pencil to draw in the background lines. This is what we're looking to do. We are going to be adding those background lines, and you will notice a pattern. Basically, we're going to go outwards, we're going to go up like this, and then we're going to go under. So over, under, over, under. And you'll notice that to get that illusion, I want to have the lines further apart when they're away, kind of going towards the back. And when they're going towards that center area, you really want to work on getting them closer together. So that'll help get that illusion that you're really looking for. Concave lines are lines that go under and make that U shape. Convex lines are lines that go over like a rainbow. Now that you've learned about convex and concave for your over-under lines, it'll be easier to add them in. So let's start closer to that center. That's where you want to have them nice and close near each other, and it's easier to practice. And then I want you to spread them out further as you go. So looking here, let's do our convex first. So convex line, which is the over. And I'll zoom in. And then we'll do our concave next. When you do that, you'll do that U shape, and that'll help give it that really great look. You want to finish and begin on that same ending dot. So we'll go back to our convex, concave, convex, concave, convex, concave, convex, and concave. So you see that neat organic looking shape. Organic meaning it's not a circle, it's not a rectangle, it's not any of those common shapes that we know of. It's just something that's free-form and organic. So there's another term for you. If what I found is helpful for me, you can turn your paper as you work. You can say, you always repeat the same pattern for where you start again. So here we do our concave, and then the next one is convex, so we do the convex. And what you can do is turn the paper, or you rotate if you're standing, and just take your time. Pause, you can lift your pencil up if that helps you. This one's concave, convex, concave, convex. And you just keep going. If it's hard to remember those terms, you can do the over and under, as long as you know which is which. Okay? So I've got my 2 here, and you can start again, or you can start in another area as long as you repeat the same pattern in each of them. So that will help give that wonderful illusion. What you can do is spread it out a little bit more here, and you keep going. So I'm going to add in a few more, and then you can catch up with me. Now notice when I got closer to my spheres, I made sure that I did not do my lines through it. And then I didn't have the full area here to do my convex. So I remember these are all going up. What you want to do is have that line similar to it and just put that in there. So it looks like it's growing and it's getting bigger. Now that I'm getting further out, I'm going to start separating them, making them wider. So you can see here, these were closer, and then I decided afterwards to get bigger and bigger and bigger further apart. So why don't you start working on that now? Remember, so I got lost in my head. I'm going, what do I do next? You look back and you notice that this is all under, so the concave. And my line was about here, so I'm going to probably have it about this spot. So keep track of where you're at. If you have the line here and then you draw the line down here, it's not going to really match. So you want to try your best to get as close to it as you can. The same about thickness. Don't worry if it starts getting bigger in some areas than the other side. It'll all catch up in the end. So I slide my paper back, and I'm going to start doing the same thing here. Probably going to finish it up here. And don't worry if it goes off. That's where your eye is going to think that it's going off the page. So you want to go all the way to that edge there. Okay. Now looking at it, this one's done, this one's done. I need to add a few in here. So I'm going to maybe make this as thick and far apart as I can. I'll do my maybe I'll do another one up here. This one looks to be done. This one, oh, we probably could fit a little bit more on here. So I'm going to do my concave, then I'll do my convex. And this one, maybe I'll just want to have it a little edge that you can see towards the end of the paper here. Good. And then we've got our convex. Okay, so convex would probably go this way and end it. And now look, I noticed up here I did the wrong mark. This one's supposed to be what do you think? Concave or convex? Convex. Good. So it would have been this one, and then I would have had that mark. There we go. So go through and just double check. Then each of these you have the same marks. Maybe you don't like how this one looks, so maybe you go back and you just kind of form it a little bit lower. I'm doing mine a little bit darker so you can see it on the camera, but it's always a good rule of thumb to draw light until you get it right. So just double check. That's how it should look. And when you have finished doing this, get my approval, and then you may move on to the next step, which is outlining everything in black marker. So wait for my approval before you move on.